Hey everybody, this is Sean Riley with Riley Real Estate and MassHomeSale.com with this week's Q&A Saturday video. This week I'm going to be answering the question of how many mortgages can I get? So the other night I was at a real estate networking event and I was talking with some people who were just getting started and looking to buy rental properties, and they were very surprised when I let them know that you are limited in the number of mortgages you can get on properties. And I'm not talking about if you just don't qualify. So if you don't have a high enough credit score, or your debt to income ratio doesn't work, or you just have too much debt, those kind of things. I'm talking that if by all of those metrics you otherwise would qualify for a loan, you can't get another one once you have a certain number. Forgetting exactly how it is, but Fannie Mae, I believe, limits your number of loans under their programs to 4, and Freddie Mac limits you to 10. I might have that mixed up, but basically Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are the two biggest mortgage resellers, and one of them only allows you to have 4 mortgages, and the other one, under certain circumstances, allow you to have up to 10. So it's generally fairly easy, if you otherwise qualify, to get your first 4 residential mortgages. So this is specifically talking about your 30-year fixed rate mortgages, with the rates you see advertised all over the internet and TV and radio and all that kind of stuff. So it's very difficult to get more than 10 of those, and this also includes your primary residence. So if you own your own home, that means you can't get more than 9 at the absolute most residential mortgages on investment properties. Excuse me. And like I said, even after 4, it's limited to only one of the 2 major players in the secondary market, and with that you're generally going to have to have tougher conditions. So you usually would have to pay a higher interest rate and need to do probably a lot of times extra closing costs, and almost definitely would have to put more down. Right now it's very difficult, if not impossible, to buy an investment property with less than 20% down, sometimes even 25, even on those first couple of loans. After that, it's definitely going to be 25 and most likely 30% down that you need. So it gets much tougher to be able to actually get one of those loans as well. Now, like I said, this is talking very specifically about those residential mortgages, and these are mortgages that are going to be in your personal name, because you can't get them otherwise. They won't lend to a business or anything like that. So your options after that are generally, they're known as portfolio lenders. So those are when you go to the bank and basically they hold them in their own portfolio. So they can do, they don't have to necessarily qualify under Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac standards. But they're also usually considered to be commercial loans, which means you are not going to get the stuff that you see online and in TV and stuff like that. You're going to get higher interest rates, higher down payments, and usually shorter terms and balloon payments and stuff like that. So you might see something, you might pay 1 to 2% higher interest. You might need to put as much as 35% down. Not always. Some might do 25. 30 is pretty common. You might need to go 35 or higher. And then usually, say it would be something like maybe a 10-year loan that has a 20-year amortization. So your payments are going to be higher, and after 10 years, you're going to have a balloon payment. Terms can be shorter or longer, but there's, it's stuff like that. And another thing to keep in mind is with those Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac loans, if you already have some of these other kind of loans, or something through a private person that's in your name, that's going to count against you towards your total number of loans, even though those aren't technically residential qualifying mortgages. But the thing with those is you can actually get those in the name of businesses and stuff like that. So if you're going to get one of those type of loans, that's when you definitely want to have an LLC or something to get it. It's also important for sellers to understand this. So when an investor comes and wants to buy your place, they have much tougher financing terms. Even when they're in these first couple of loans, they need to put 20% down minimum, where a homeowner might be able to do like 3 to 5% if they have one of these special programs. And we typically are going to pay higher interest rates than, again, for an owner-occupant, even on those first couple of loans. So our costs are a lot higher, and that's why, that's one of the reasons why you might not get offered as much as you might be expecting if your property is a good target for rental. So anyway, so the long and the short of it is, for residential mortgages, you're limited to no more than 10, and after your first 4, it's actually pretty difficult. Now, there's no limit overall to how many loans you can get if you go through private sources and commercial sources and stuff like that, but those are much more expensive and they can be more difficult to qualify for as well. So hope that helps clear some of this up for anybody who's an aspiring landlord, and for anybody who maybe is already a landlord and hasn't gotten enough properties to run into this problem yet, and for any sellers who might not understand where investors who are making offers on the property are coming from. So, as usual, if you have any questions about this, just leave them in the comments below and I will answer them. And if you have any questions that you would like to have answered on one of our videos, you can leave a comment below. You can post it to our Facebook page or our Twitter account, or send an email to info@masshomesale.com. Otherwise, hope this was helpful, and I will see you next week. Thanks. Bye-bye.